Let's see if I can see it.
Do, 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 do. I
Yeah,
think I have an echo.
I don't see it. I don't see anything.
You're going to see it.
Okay.
Clouds are gray, the rain remains pouring down all around me. The wind is rushing, and I'm lusting out for you.
Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What? It's your girl MC Doria, and this is What's Happening Wednesday. What's Happening Wednesday? I'm so excited about today. How are you guys doing? It's hot. Let's just talk about it. No. Let's talk about this weather. Hallelujah. But we're so excited. So it's Wednesday. And what happens on Wednesday? Midweek boost. Yes, get your midweek boost. Come out to 4285 Cleveland Street, Gary, Indiana. That's Embassies of Christ, and get a life changing word and some awesome praise and worship. Okay. And just have a good time in the Lord. But what else happens on Wednesday? What's happening Wednesday? And I'm excited about my special guest. Okay. I'm excited she's on. I tried to get her on before, but she's on today. And it's very important that she's on because she has something for our children. Yes, they are our future. They are our future. Without further ado, I have Miss Doria Nielsen, and I'm going to go ahead and put her on right now. Bam. Ah, there you go, girl.
Hey
What's up?
guys.
What's up? What's
Hey.
up? What's up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you, D?
Look, and I got the name spelled wrong right there. See, she's an English teacher. Did you catch that before I caught
No.
it?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
You see it? Let me
No.
go ahead.
What's your
Good, cause
name?
I'm changing it. I don't want to get caught. Look. Ah, there we go. There we go. So I'm going to bring us both on. Hello, hello, hello. Now, look, while we're on right now, come on in. She says she got thousands of people that want to see her today. So come on in. Come in right now. She has something for us. And as you come in, make sure you leave your cash app. That's right. At the bottom, you know where to leave it. Leave your cash up there because at the end of the evening, so I said at the end of the show, But actually, at the end of the evening, I go in and I put all the cash apps in a bag and I pull out some cash apps. And what's happening Wednesday will bless someone this evening. Okay, so make sure
Amen.
you type your cash app down below. You know what to do. Okay, Miss Nielsen. Finally got you on the show. Finally got you on the
Yes,
show.
yes,
And
yes.
I want you to tell everybody what's going on, who you are, and all that good stuff. Also, I want people to know if when you join, make sure you share this. We are not here for ourselves, but each other. You never know who may need this video. So please share, share, share this information. I talk to entrepreneurs, business owners, people that's doing extraordinary things in the community. We stick together. So make sure you share this video. And if you have questions, once you find out what this fabulous lady does, if you have questions, make sure you put them down below as well so she's able to answer your questions. So, without further ado, Miss Doria Nielsen, who
All
are
right.
you?
Hey, Dee. Hi. Okay, well, let's see. Who am I? I am a 52-year-old educated Black woman, proud of it. And I am a beautiful single mother of a wonderful 24-year-old handsome son. I am a newly empty nester, so I'm all on my own now. And I have been educating for 30 years. I just made my 30th year. So
Wow.
I am not originally from this area. I was born on the south side of Chicago, but I only lived there for about 6 months. I am an Army brat. So
Ah.
I've had a chance to live in Alaska and Washington. And then my parents had some crazy notion, and so did the government, and they took us to Idaho, where the potatoes are from. And so I lived there for most of my life. I grew up there, high school, college, and got married and had my child there. And you know what? My son decided that he liked girls. And I said, we're going to move, and we're going to move a little closer to family. And so I moved all the way out here. And we live in Maryville, or I live in Maryville now. And I taught in Calumet City at Beacon Hill Preparatory Academy. And I love my Aunt Pam. She saw me teach and she invited me to come out. And she said, if you ever move, you come out and I'll do the job. And I did. And I was blessed to work there for 4 years, educating the children of Illinois. So when my son graduated middle school, moved closer to home. So now I'm teaching at Ambassador Christian Academy Lions. And I'm very happy. But while I was living in Idaho, I had a chance to own my own school. And so I actually owned a school that went from pre-kindergarten to 6th grade. And strangely enough, I had all boys. Didn't ask for that. But I had all boys. And then a year later, I opened up my tutoring business. I
Okay.
felt that children were getting the help they needed at school, but when they got home, for various reasons, the children weren't able to get their homework, understand how to study. And so I opened up Increasing Academic Excellence. And I have been doing that now for 26 years.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 26 years. Now, you did give your age at the beginning. Okay, so, Doria, I want to make sure everyone is hearing exactly what you're saying. So
Okay.
please make sure that your volume is down on your phone.
Okay.
Okay. And so we want to make sure it's no, back and forth for that. What's that called? Feedback. Because someone says you're going in and out. So make sure your volume is all the way down on your phone.
Okay.
Okay. And then I don't know. Do you have a headset for your
Computer?
computer? Uh-huh.
No. You know what?
Okay.
It might be my fan because my phone's down. My volume
Okay.
is down. And so, yeah, I can try to turn off the fan.
Yeah, just make sure when you're talking to make sure you're talking as close to your mic on your computer. But I believe we were able to hear I heard everything you said. But now I know you gave your age, but you said 26 years. 26 years?
for the
For
for
the tutoring,
yes,
correct?
but I've been teaching for 30.
Okay, so look, so you got a lot of comments. You got a lot of comments, and I don't know if you see them on your phone, but I'm gonna try to put them on here.
Hey,
It's
cousins.
you got people saying hello. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. You got a lot of comments. I want to make sure the comments are coming up here for you. They're like, "Go, cousin! We're so proud of you." Hello, niece. I mean, they're coming in. They're supporting you today, and I just want to make sure everyone knows that. So make sure, guys, everyone that is coming in, go ahead and put your cash app down below because someone will be blessed by what's happening Wednesday. Let's see what this says right here. Super educator Doria, you rock. Okay, we got you on there. So a lot of supporters, a lot of people you've helped. So you explain who you are.
Uh-huh.
Now, tell me what, with all that information, that background, that expertise,
Uh-huh.
in this season that we're in right now, in the season that we're in right now, when we're going through this pandemic, the school shutting down, like you said, you felt the children going to school. Outside of that, you saw that they needed a tutoring, things of that nature. How has that impacted your business? What's going on in the world today?
Well, it's impacted it. It slowed down. And
Okay.
I would think that it wouldn't, but it did. Part of the problem is technology is very frustrating. It's very frustrating, and most of the students and children that I help, they need that one-on-one. They need that physical presence.
Okay.
Just to see me sometimes is not enough, and so I provide a one-on-one, detailed, private environment where I meet the child exactly where they're at.
Okay.
Say that I'm saying the children get an opportunity to receive motivational trinkets. We have a whiteboard. I find out immediately what they're teaching, what their learning style is. So the child learns basically more from an auditory. I don't really need for them to get up a whole lot
Mm-hmm.
or for them to see a whole lot. They need to hear. But
Mm-hmm.
most children are visual and kinesthetic. So what I do is I have a lot of manipulation. I break up the hour or the hour and a half, which parents choose for them to have, and I make sure that I meet them exactly where they're at. So my goal when I'm tutoring a student is not to work on the academics, but it's to work on their confidence. I
Okay.
need to make sure they trust me.
Okay.
They trust me, but the child is the main purpose. We're there. And so I need to make sure that that child knows that no matter what, I'm not going to embarrass them, I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
hurt them, and I'm not going to challenge them beyond what they can handle. So a lot of times, after I've given them their assessment, I usually go a year below, between a year to 6 months below where they're at, so that when I'm giving them something, it's that it boosts that confidence. And so when I begin to challenge, they're not necessarily torn down. They're too easy. Do you know what you're doing? And then I begin to say, you know what? Well, if that's too easy, let me give you this. Now I know
Okay.
it's going to be a little hard, but then I begin to give them strategies that maybe they've seen in school or strategies that they're just totally intimidated by. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I do. And
Okay,
so,
and I was going to say this because real quick, not to cut you off, but you have a extensive experience with students that struggle with ADHD, ADD, and reading and math deficiencies. Um,
yes,
okay.
yes,
Oh, and real quick, is this? I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Niji or Niji Collins?
Nija.
Nigel Collins. Okay, I apologize. It says my children learned so much and scores went up. That's what we're talking about. Let's see. She has so many comments in here. She said she's so happy and grateful for you. And let's see. Let me see here. Oh man, they just coming. And my
Right.
children love her. With all the O's, with all the O's. Okay, we got
Yes.
more comments coming as well. And it says, love you, my dear friend. Okay.
Yes.
So
Sing us out.
and this is awesome because truly my next question is, how do you think you impact your community? And with these comments, they've already answered how you impact the community with the children. But I do have another question for you. And once again, thank you so much for joining What's Happening Wednesday. It's your girl MC Doria, and I am here with my special guest, Doria Nielsen. Okay, she is a educator. She's a atmosphere changer. Okay, she has been educating our children for the past 30 years. She's owned her own school, and she has her tutoring business. So, next question I have for you is, what do you provide that large tutoring companies cannot?
Well, first of all, I provide that one-on-one. Now I know a lot of companies will say provide that with a cubicle, but I will actually go to the child's home. I will go to their comfort zone. I will meet them where they're at. And that's what I do not only with my students in a classroom, but I do that within my tutoring business. So I make sure that wherever the parent knows the child best. So if I'm meeting them at the library, I make sure to welcome them in, talk to them first, and let them know why I'm there. And so my goal is, first of all, to build confidence, and then to fill those gaps where the deficiency is. Now, I do have some students that I've met, and one of them was my cousin Sophie, who I'm so made it into her top high school. And she came to me not deficient, but because she wanted to make sure she made it into that high school. So I began tutoring grade in those subjects she needed to be stronger in for that entrance exam to Marion. So it's important that when we go to the big box tutoring business, they tend to give the whole "I'm going to get your kid in a magic amount of time." Well, you know what? Your child didn't become deficient overnight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Come suddenly on top of the class overnight. And
Okay.
I do deal with a lot of parents who say, "Well, my child was an honor roll," and I just tell them, "Honor roll is a title. It truly
Mm-hmm.
is, because if your child's honor roll, then no matter what they master, they should teach another child or a classroom full of." Honor
Hmm.
roll is a title that makes parents feel really good. For me, I stress children. I'm your brain coach. I'm here to push you, to encourage you, to challenge you, and to get you to look outside of what 2 plus 2 is. I don't want to just let you know that 2 plus 2 is 4. But as my best friend Miss Korea told me, it's the conceptual part of the learning that they need. What is it for? And so being the English teacher, and I have taught all subjects, English is where I find my passion, because I feel that to read everything. You have to
Mm-hmm.
read everything. And so when I'm working with the child individually, it's extremely important that they know that when you read, you need to understand. You're not just saying words. You are not just, it's not a flashcard. There's meaning behind it. And so a lot of my students, they know that it's important to speak proper English. And these are small little details that you don't usually get when you go to the big box tutoring businesses. Now, I'm not saying that there hasn't been people who have been successful at
Mm-hmm.
type of environments, but when I have a child who is struggling and the parent says, "You know what, I need them to come 2 days a week," I might say, "You know what, let me work with them on math, which is their weakness, on Monday. Wednesday, we're going to work on English." Now, I know you didn't hire me for English, but that's the subject that they love. And I want them to see tutoring as a positive, not as a chore, not as a.
Yeah.
And so we're going to work on this, but then when you come back and work on this, so we're going to get you to the top of your game on this subject. And lo and behold, children generally say, "Okay, Miss Nielsen, can you give me a little bit more?" And so I didn't have this as a child. I went to tutoring from 6th grade all the way to 12th grade. I was always a day late and a dollar behind. I was
A
behind.
day late and a dollar short. A day late and a dollar short.
Always. I was always. But it was because I had teachers that did not expect anything from me. You know,
Yes.
I was the only African American in a class of 596 children when I so I really was the modern day Ruby Bridges. And I had parents that pushed me to do my best, but I had teachers that were the opposite. And so
Mm-hmm.
when the Lord had impressed upon me that this was my purpose, I made sure to be everything that I wish I had. I needed a teacher that was going to hug me, that was going to look in my face and say, no, not today. That isn't the proper English. I need to say, you can do this, and I'm going to find a way for you to learn it. Not the way I learned it, I'm going to find it. So with my students, I do everything I possibly can to show them that I love them by letting them to know it's okay to fail. It is not okay.
Yes.
You cannot say I can't in my class. My students
That's not in the Bible.
no, no, it
I
is
say
not.
I can't is not in
No,
the Bible, so you
no.
cannot use that word.
My students learn really quick that they can say, this is challenging. I need help. I'm not sure. But to say I can't is saying I'm going to sit here, as my mother says, and chicken neck, and it's not going to work. You got to
Exactly.
work hard. So one of the things that I have dealt with is an educator is I have a lot of parents that will tell me expect too much. And I'm going to tell you Dee, straight up, if you expect nothing, exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get nothing.
Well, yes. Hey, wait. I know. Wait a minute. I know you got a lot to say, but I got a couple of more questions for you. I know you got a lot to say about that. But what I'm hearing is I'm actually hearing your passion. So you're just not doing this because, and like you said, the key thing you said when you found out that was your purpose. And in purpose is passion. And so that's what I'm hearing. And I love the fact that you said that it's more than um, teaching them on a deficiency. It's
Mhm.
more than that. It's more than that. And I love that. And right there is where I heard your passion. And that's why you have the comments of, my children love her. We love her, because you go above and beyond. And that's what excellence is. And that's why you're the CEO and founder of Increasing Academic Excellence, because that's what excellence is. I do have another question for you, though. And before I get into that question, if you've just joined, you're with MC Doria on What's Happening Wednesday, and I have Miss Doria Nielsen, CEO and founder of Increasing Academic Excellence, and she has a lot to say, honey. She has a lot to say, and I'm glad you joined us today. And if you have joined, please put your cash app in the comments, okay? Because at the end of the night, before I retire, I will be pulling someone's cash app, and you will be receiving a blessing from What's Happening Wednesday. Next question that we have is, what is your philosophy about student ability and academic growth?
Well, my philosophy, whew, that's a good one. Philosophy in regarding a child's ability is that you cannot compare one child to the other. If you're a parent, please do not assume that your child, your first child, is going to learn in the exact same way that your second child will. And the same thing with a classroom. You have
Hmm.
personalities, you will have multiple learning styles. And so when working with a child, it's important to understand that there are so many ways to introduce, teach, and to review one. There are more ways to skin a cat than just to go up and shake. There really is. And so my
Yes.
philosophy for children's ability is, first of all, find out their learning style. If you don't know how they learn, how are you going to get that information? You cannot say, well, I've learned, but that's great, but that's you.
Hmm.
Right? I use all three learning styles when I'm learning as a student, where somebody else may only to see it. Most children need to be able to see it, and they need to be able to do it. And so patience is another part of my is if you don't have enough patience with your You are
Mhm.
not in the right business to be teaching.
I'm telling you.
Mhm. Because teaching it's a whole breed. It gives a name. It truly does. And
Mhm.
so with academic growth, I've enjoyed my time while I've been at Ambassador Christian Academy. We have registration over time, but I wanted to let you know the academic growth comes in so many ways. Where you might see a child who's getting a D,
Mhm.
and he's always had a D, but from one year to the next, if the child's still getting a D, but the child is able to verbally tell you now,
Mhm.
I understand this portion of the problem, but I don't know. That's so much more growth than getting an A and then not being able to tell you the steps on how they got it. Now, a lot of people are going to have a hard time with that and disagree with me because they're like, no, it's all about the letters on the report card.
Mhm.
Because a child's ability, academic growth, comes through so much more than just the letters on the report card.
Yeah.
Child verbally tell you, can they restate the question? Can they explain in detail? Or is it, I don't know, um, um, give me a hint? And a lot of times at children, which requires a yes or no answer, and we never stop to listen to what
Mhm.
they're actually saying. And most of the time, the child doesn't have a clue or vocabulary. And moving out here to the the Midwest, I am learning vocabulary of most of our children quite low because we to our children and we don't use words that causes them to ask, well, what does that mean? So that
Mhm.
we use it properly, we assume that they know it because, oh, you're 8 years old. You're supposed to know it. Well, how is that? And so
Mhm.
my philosophy is meet the child where they're at and then slowly begin integrating new vocabulary, techniques, and concepts, even at home. When
Yes.
I had my son and he was 5 years old, I was introducing how to sort laundry, but it wasn't just by color. It was shirts, socks. It was so that when he was introduced into different mathematical terms, it wasn't so scary because it was like, oh, this is subtraction. Oh, this is an unknown variable. So it wasn't so I don't know. This is hard. And a lot of times that's what I see is,
Yeah.
and I understand that because
Eh,
as a student, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, no. I was gonna say what and it and I didn't know. I didn't realize I did this. So when my daughter, you know how your children come to you and they kind of remind you of what you've done because they're doing it now. So she said, "Mom, do you remember telling me that I could never tell you I don't know?" And I said, huh? She's like, oh, and she said, when you would ask me something, I couldn't say I don't know. Because you would say, go figure it out or find a way to figure it out. She was not able to say, oh, I don't know. It was like, no, that's not an answer. You have to figure it out.
And you know what, Indeed, I've heard that a lot, and I'll be honest with you, and I'm not disciplining you,
Mm-hmm.
but as a parent and as a teacher and as a student, I cringe because there are times in our life we really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We ask a child to go find out. Sometimes they don't even know what the step is to go find out. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
my students will say, Miss Nielsen, how do I spell this word? Now I will immediately use the sounds of the letters. How do we spell cat? Well, I'm going to first say, well, how do you think it's spelled? Because I
Mm-hmm.
want them to see they have the strength in themselves. But if they say, well, I don't know, and I'll say, well, cut, cut. And if they say K, and I'll say, you're correct. That letter does say that. But there's another letter that says that and a different sound. And
Mm-hmm.
C actually makes two sounds. Now, there's times where I'll say to my 7th or 8th graders, go look it up in the dictionary. And I've had them say, you want me to look something up, but I have no idea what it starts with. Now, how am I supposed to do this? Now, I've sat there and I've said, okay, you know what? I apologize. Well, what do you think it starts with?
What do you think?
I will
Mm-hmm.
get them thinking and then leave
Mm-hmm.
them. Now, one of my number one rules in my room is do not be part of the problem, be part of the solution.
Okay.
I
All
have to
right.
tell you all the problem. Now, if you want to tell me your problem so that we can pray about it, that's great. But don't tell me the problem if you are not going to try to be part of the solution. And I say that to parents because a lot of times is I get, they're yours for 8 hours or they're yours for 6 hours. But when they come home, don't give me any homework because it was hard. Now it's going to be hard for them. No, it truly isn't. But I am here to offer my services not only to help those students that are already at the top of their game get higher and stay at that level, but for those students, many adults in their life say, well, I'm bad at math, so you're going to be bad at math. Oh, well,
Oh no, 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 no.
we're just going to have you held back. No. Now, there are children that need to be retained, but it's mainly because they need another year of growth, maturity, and you can't rush nature. Children just need a chance to grow up, and sometimes that 1 year helps them. And it's not a ding, it's not a black mark on or their parenting. It's that the child needs an extra year, and it hurt them. Now, I tell them there's only two ways you're going to be retained. One, you don't do anything, and so I can't sign that report card, which is a legal document. I'm not going to pass you so somebody else can do my job. Or you know what? You did your best, but you need another year to grow. And while you do that, we can work together through summer school. Now, hopefully, anybody that's listening that's a parent, I am not in agreement to just always hold a child back, but I also don't believe your child knowing they're going to struggle for the year and the year and the year. That doesn't make any sense because
Correct.
you're not sitting in that desk having to look at that teacher say, okay, Tommy, what is the answer? And Tommy's like, I don't even know what class I'm in. So as I tutor, I try to make sure that they understand that I'm their coach. Not every day is going to be fun. Not every day is going to you're not going to get a piece of candy or a trinket or a toy, but every day you're going to leave with something you did not come in with. And that's either confidence or that's knowledge. And I let them know Miss Nielsen's not the one to play with. Don't come in with your attitude problems.
Wait a minute.
I will pray for you, but at the end of the day, it's time to get busy. And so I how I was, because I was told as a child, you don't need to take the ACT or the SAT. You just need to go get a labor job. Well, I'm sorry, because I chose to believe that for too long. And when I got a taste of college, I did struggle for a little bit. And then when I got my first A, I told the professor, I said, did you make a mistake? Because this is an A and it's by my name. And he said, no, man, that's your work. And I love the taste of it so much that I ended up graduating with my second degree, magna cum laude. And so I tell my students, I will walk in and I will tell them, this is from a child who graduated high school 2.0, which means if I can do it, you can do it. But you need people behind you that will support you. So yes,
Look. I am hearing so many testimonies up in here. I am hearing testimonies. Okay. I love it. But this is the thing. You took what you weren't perfected in and you have turned it not only into a career, but God has given you purpose to help children, to help parents. You're not only helping the children, you're helping the parents as well. Because a lot of times we grow up with the bad habits and we just transfer it over, from generation to generation. So what I'm hearing is you're breaking the curse when it comes to education and what we think may have been correct or what we think that, is just going to just fly, because a lot of it is just flying by, like you said. A report card is showing you all these A's and B's, but then when you ask them a question, they know nothing. So they can't answer you. So I love that you're being honest, you're being direct, but in that you are changing the atmosphere. You are setting the captives free. That's what I hear. I hear freedom. Okay, the next generation, and this is what we need. So for those who are just joining, I am with Doria Nielsen, CEO and owner of Increasing Academic Excellence. Okay, she has her own tutoring company. Let's see, how can we get in contact with you? I had the email up here, but I guess it erased itself. So Doria, please tell us your email just in case someone wants to get in contact with you.
Sure. It's my first name, Doria, It's my middle initial D, and then the underscore symbol, and my last name, Nielsen, just like the company, at yahoo.com.
Okay. And when you do get a chance, just make sure you write that in the comments on this live. Make sure you write it in the comments. You can go straight in there and write that just in case someone did not get that. For those who will do the replay, thank you so much for joining. Please share this video. She has given us so much information, so many nuggets, okay? And I appreciate it. Don't forget to type your name in the your cash app in the comments. That's what I meant to say. Your cash app in the comments. And Doria, so this fabulous interview is coming to an end, and I appreciate you coming on. But I do want to ask, what's next for you? What is next for you?
Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to when I grow. And so, the Lord hasn't released me from my purpose at Christian Academy as of yet. But the Lord has put on my heart the strong desire, and I'm seeing that happen within the next 5 years, a teacher mentor coach, ELA coach, classroom management. And so what I'm looking at is being able to travel to Illinois, Indiana, elsewhere, wherever the Lord takes me, and to be able to, first of all, motivate those teachers who have been called to teach but are burned out. Just lost that spark that the Lord put in them, and to just bring back that light and to show them why it is important. Our profession is looked down upon so terribly, but yet where it is needed for everybody to be what they want to be.
Yes.
So my goal is to motivate and to encourage, use that spirit of encouragement to build up those that have been doing what I've been doing for so long and are burnt out. If that's from 1 year to 20 years, and then also to bring new and new of ideology to understand how a student learns, because a lot of us, what we are taught in college, definitely not what we experience on a day-to-day basis. And in that, it is also to help parents remember that they are the number one in their child's life, and that we are their assistants. And so that is what I'm looking forward to doing in the next 5 years or so.
Oh wow, that's a blessing. That's a lot. I like that. I love the fact that you and still in the tutoring concept though. You're still assisting, you're still growing, you're just taking it to another level. And I love the way you said to basically was what I'm hearing is to bring back that passion and that purpose for that educator. Like you said, who may be burnt out, who may think that, you know what, I don't even know if this was for me. How you're going to reignite that fire in them. And I believe we need that for every course of life. Okay. I think every profession needs that, and a lot of times we do in different professions. We have we have that mentor. We have that mentor that we're able to go to. They're able to assist us with certain things, growth, and so I love that. That is awesome. Okay, guys, so this has been a fabulous edition on What's Happening Wednesday with Miss Doria Nielsen, okay, the educator extraordinaire, all right. She has given us so much information. It has been such a blessing. You have so many fabulous comments. I want you to go back and read all your comments. People have just been commenting throughout this entire live, which means that you have truly touched, empowered, and changed the atmosphere, okay? You have taken someone to the next level of excellence, and we appreciate you for that. So I'm just want to go ahead and I'm going to say bye. But do you have any last words for your listening audience before you go? I also have a last word. Don't forget, okay, 7 p.m. Join us at 4285 Cleveland Street, Gary, Indiana. That is Embassies of Christ for your midweek boost. Come join us tonight for an awesome word that's going to change your life and fabulous praise and worship. So, Miss Doria Nielsen, any last words for your listening audience?
Yes, always listen to your children. When they say they don't know, they probably don't know. Give them a chance and help them become the best version of themselves through what God sees in them. Thank you very much. I'm so grateful to have had this time with you, Dean.
Thank you. We love you. Okay, guys. So thank you so much. Don't forget to share this live. Also, do not forget to leave your cash app. Leave your cash app in the comments because you may receive a What's Happening blessing at the end of this night. So without further ado, you already know what to do. Go be a blessing.